Burke, what's your level of concern for the Warriors right now?
Molly, I've been concerned about the Golden State Warriors, right? And I keep coming on here time and time again, and it's not about Steph, it's not about Clay, it's not about Draymond Green, it's about the others. And you can even throw Kevon Looney in there. But when I look at the others, right, and I look at their bench production, Steve Kerr might have been because he was matching up with the Celtics. He had to start Jordan Poole last night, okay? So that means that the Warriors didn't have the depth to even match Malcolm Brogdon off the bench. And it's a level of concern there because I don't see the same defensive mindset there. I don't see the same continuity there. Now, are they going to win regular season games when they're fully healthy? Absolutely, because they have Steph Curry. They have Klay Thompson, the greatest shooting backcourt of all time. But again, I'm going to keep harping. If they don't improve their bench by the deadline, they're not going nowhere. They're going to go into the play-in tournament, possibly make one playoff series, and their ceiling is a first-round exit.
Got to tell you, Kendrick Perkins, I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm going to hold on to hope for the Golden State Warriors, but I'll openly admit that I've lost faith in the young guns that they told me were going to produce. The James Wiseman, the Kumingas, the Moody's of the world, stuff like that. You think about Gary Payton II, you think about Damon Lee, you think about the losses that this team has incurred, and obviously it's a different animal, and we understand that. So you're absolutely right. They've got to upgrade before the trading deadline expires. They've got to get somebody to help them, preferably on their front line, some size, some girth. Kevon Looney is not going to be enough to offset what Denver, obviously, and Memphis are going to throw in their direction. But I will tell you a bigger reason why I am concerned about the Golden State Warriors. Because I think John Morant is that dude, and that swag that he brings to the table just electrifies and galvanizes the Memphis Grizzlies. And I think in the case of the Denver Nuggets, here's the deal. We got Jokic that's en route to win a third consecutive league MVP award. Jamal Murray is still working his way back and averaging 18 on 44% shooting and 38% for three-point range. This is the thing that really jumps out at me more than anything, Kendrick. Aaron Gordon is balling. He's balling. He's not the same player he was last year. He's playing. He's playing on a different level. Aaron Gordon, we better recognize, he keep playing like this, it's going to be a problem. Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, and Kevon Looney ain't going to be enough. It's not going to be enough, okay? All right, I didn't even bring up Jokic, all right? Not going to be enough. But there's another name I want to throw out at you. And this is where we got to hold some people accountable. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is shooting 47% from three-point range. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. KCP, let me tell you something. Lakers, you won the chip with him. You shouldn't have gave him up. Now, we don't want to get picky here, and we don't want to nitpick and engage in revisionist history. But when you won the championship, Kuzma was on that squad. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope was on that squad. Alex Caruso was on that squad. If they had, now this is with Anthony Davis, if they had remained there, if a little more money was willing to be spent, we might be talking differently about the Lakers. But we're not. And now we're talking about the Denver Nuggets, who, by the way, is the one team in the league that can rival the depth of the Boston Celtics. I got my eyes on Denver, and it is entirely plausible that we might be in the Mile High City in June for the NBA Finals.
Let me say this. When I look at the two top teams in the Western Conference, okay, I look at the Denver Nuggets and the Memphis Grizzlies. Let me tell you what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to who finished with the number one seed. Because I believe if those two teams meet in the conference finals, which I believe they will, it's going to come down to a Game 7. And it's going to come down to who has home court. But let me dive a little bit more into the Denver Nuggets and the way that they're playing right now. They have the perfect roster, okay? They have a superstar in Jokic who I call him Joe, right? Jack of all trades. He does it all. You talk about he can't jump on the curve. Hell, I done told people he barely could do a damn calf raise.
Can't stop.
And he's out here serving people. He's serving people a triple-double. Okay, then you talk about KCP and the championship experience that he brings to the table. Let me remind you, Stephen A., Bones Highland is a wild card for them. The way he comes in off the bench, Mike Malone holds him accountable, and he responds in great fashion. They've been without Jeff Green. He's been sidelined with an injury. When he comes back, that adds more depth. And let me tell you who else dropped the ball with another
veteran
player.
leadership. And veteran leadership and character. Veteran leadership and character with Jeff Green, too. Yes.
Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown has been phenomenal. He is the perfect match when it comes down to cutting and the way that the Denver Nuggets play the game of basketball. But I'm not going to just dismiss the Memphis Grizzlies at all. If they get home court with the way that Ja Morant is tearing up the league right now, being a true point guard, and we said this before, you call him a modern-day Allen Iverson, I tell people, you know, he's a mixture of Russell Westbrook as far as his athleticism with the craftiness of a Kyrie Irving and the court vision of a Rajon Rondo. That's what you get out of that. He plays both ends of the floor. So it's going to come down to who has that number one seed between the Denver Nuggets and the Memphis Grizzlies on who's going to represent the Western Conference. But those other teams, they can compete. They're going to compete. Much kudos to the Kings and everybody else who's in the runnings. But I don't see now team stopping those two teams from getting to the conference finals, including your Golden State Warriors.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.